Welcome to Recovery Recreation Television. I'm your host, Susie Lordy. I'm also the founder of a nonprofit here in Massachusetts called 24-Hour Power, Inc. And we do a very unique art form called recovery graffiti all over the state of Massachusetts. Now, people were coming up to us at events saying things like, Susie, there's nothing fun going on around here. Now, we know that's not true, but we decided we better go hunt down just exactly what is going on and let people know in their zip code and so many others, healthy, fun, sober-related activities that they can enjoy. So from Fitchburg to Falmouth and everywhere in between, watch Recovery Recreation. Don't think you can't have fun sober. You just haven't hung out with us yet. Here with us today is Carl Pride. Carl is the Media Center Director for Brockton Community Access Television, located in Brockton, Mass. Carl, thanks so much for joining us today on Recovery Recreation.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. And Carl is the wizard behind BCA TV. But before we get into BCA itself, let's talk about public access. What is the difference, Carl? I'm sure a lot of people want to know. What's the difference between public access television and commercial television?
Well, there's a huge difference. There's actually a difference between public access, public broadcast, and commercial television. And
okay.
those differences are, in commercial television, someone's paying the bill who owns, so to speak, what's going on the air. General Electric might be paying the bill, so whatever shows are going on, General Electric has a say in what's going on. Okay?
Oh.
Community television or public access is no one specifically is paying the bill. We get a contract from our cities, and there's money that comes back to us through a cable contract. However, no one specifically is paying that bill other than a franchise fee that comes back to our communities. That being said, of course, if someone wants to give us more money, of course we'll take it. However, that's not going to get anyone any leverage, so to speak.
Right.
Now, the other difference is in public broadcast. So, PBS, Channel 2 out of Boston, they're public broadcast. Public community television is based around the similarities of what public broadcast was originally meant to be. It was meant to be a station for the community. Actually, and public access extends it beyond that to say not only is it for the community, it's by the community. Community access in a lot of respects is similar to, take it back 100 years ago. They used to take a soap box, like literally a box that had soap in it, and push it into the center of the community, and someone would stand up on it and say, hey, all my friends and neighbors, let me tell you my story. Let me tell you what's going on for me and what I believe in. There's a saying that says, get off your soapbox.
Right.
That's what they're referring to, is they literally would push a soapbox into the center of the community and get up and talk in front of everyone. Well, that's what community access is. Community access is the soapbox to your neighbors, to your friends, to everyone in your community. Or as I like to say now, it's the conduit. We provide the conduit. Anyone can bring into the Community Access Center, and we push it out on the conduit to the stations that we operate. And
how many stations does BCA have?
Currently we have 4. We have a public access station, an educational access station, a government access station, and then we have a 4th one, which is an HD channel that we're still toying with what we're going to end up doing with it. So it's There's a lot here in Brockton.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea there were 4 channels. Okay, let's talk about the history of Brockton Community Access TV now.
Well,
when did this all start?
Well, BCA, Brockton Community Access, which was formerly known as BCCT, Brockton Community Cable Television. We dropped that name about 15 years ago, 15, maybe 20 years ago. We dropped that name because we wanted to take the word cable out of there. Because for the longest time, people thought we were the cable company.
Sure.
So we took that name out. BCCT started back in 1981 when they negotiated the first contract with, at that time, it was Continental Cable. And in the beginning, they had a news station. They considered Brockton a news station, and they would do a nightly newscast. And that's all that BCCT did, was a nightly news. That worked for a lot of years for a lot of people. However, there's so much more for the community. And in 1995, they made the switch to drop the newscast, still cover events for the community, however, open the doors for more people like yourself to start producing more programming in our facility.
Brockton Community Access Television is for residents of Brockton, correct?
For residents of Brockton, if you belong to a nonprofit in Brockton, or if you work in Brockton, if you do anything in Brockton, you can come down and get involved. How about that?
That's great. Okay. Okay. And then how do people get involved? Are there internships or volunteer? What do people do if they say, I'd like to do something with Brockton Community Access TV?
Well, first thing you can do is you give us a call, 508-580-2228, or check us out on the web at bcatv.org. There are internships available. There's training available if you want to learn how to shoot a camera or edit, or if you, like yourself, if you want to be a host, we'll work on connecting people together. So, you might be someone that likes to be on the camera. Like, I got a feeling that you'd like to be on camera, Susie.
Yeah, you can tell, huh?
Yeah, I can tell just a little bit. I myself, believe it or not, I am not a fan of being on camera. I much prefer.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. I much prefer to be behind the camera and making you the star. So what we do is we take people that are like myself, and they will attempt to connect them with people like yourself, and then people will be in front of the camera, behind the camera, and create programming together. So
I can speak on behalf of 24 Hour Power Inc. We have an awesome partnership with you, and we've been airing Recovery Recreation, this very series, on your channel for, more than 2 years. So we're thrilled with the opportunity to work with your team. Now, walk us through. Somebody decides from Brockton, they come in and they say, hey, I want to air a segment here. What are their steps? What are they going to do? Do they go tape something? Do they bring you in a cell phone footage, or how does it work?
It can be as simple as, hey, I recorded this and I want to put it on the air, and I recorded it with my cell phone. Okay? And we'll say, okay, you recorded it with your cell phone. Did you edit it? If you didn't edit it, well, let's talk about what you need to do to get that done. Because everything in this world today, everything, whether it's a cell phone or video camera, it can all be put into video format in one way or another. So we'll work with them a little bit to say, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to put a disclaimer that says, the views and opinions. And even if you don't put a disclaimer, we'll put a disclaimer on for you, which says the views and opinions in this program are that of the producer, not of BCA or its employees or the city of Brockton. So, we disclaim everything because BCA doesn't necessarily produce anything that's not city related. Okay?
Right.
So if it's for the city, yes, BCA produces it. However, a community program, that's on the community member. And if it's a cell phone, we can walk you through the process of how to get it off of there and get it on the air. If you know how to edit, we do have equipment available for editing. In today's world, it's all computer based. However, once upon a time, you would go into a room and you'd have all these decks lined up, and you'd have to go between decks. Now it's all on a Mac computer, and we have the options of Final Cut Pro, or the other option is Premiere Pro, which is the Adobe product. We have both options. We can use any type of software. We can connect you on which software you can use on your own computer or on your phone. There's plenty of apps that we've used where we'll talk you through how to export your program on your cell phone.
Now, what does this all cost, Carl? Like somebody comes to you with a cell phone video, and they say, "I want to put this on TV." Are there fees associated with this? Is there some kind of barter arrangement that goes on, or what?
Great question. And so the way it works is it's free. Ultimately, it's free. The equipment use is always free. What's might cost you is if you want to be trained to, like if you're just doing a one-off, I did this one project. Well, we'll sit with you and help you out a little bit, okay? We'll get you started. However, say you want to produce a regular show, we'll suggest that you take one of our classes. Now, our classes do have a fee attached to them. However, our most inexpensive class is $50, and our most expensive class right now is only $200. You could either pay for it with cash, or you have the option of volunteering. For every $10, it's an hour of volunteer time. So there's no reason why anyone is not able to produce programs. We pull all the obstacles are gone. There is no obstacle for people not to produce their own programming and to get it out to the community through the TV channels and on the internet. So.
That's impressive, Carl. I had no idea. And I'm sure a lot of people watching this had no idea. What are the hours of operation at BCA TV?
Well, we are here Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. and then at least to 8 p.m. Now, what I mean by at least, we publicize our hours as being 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. However, a lot of community groups, community shows come in at 7 o'clock at night. We don't say go home at 8 o'clock. If they come in at 7, we say, okay, you're here until you're done. So, and most of the time that's 10, 11 o'clock at night. So we've set it up so that we can close our doors at 8. However, my personal vision is to never shut the doors before 11 o'clock at night. And then on weekends, we're open 10 to 2. Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. And most of the time, we're open till 5. Most of the time, there's someone there till 5 on both Saturdays and Sundays.
So basically, everybody can participate in this. If
Absolutely.
You're a resident or you work in the city of Brockton, you can be involved with Brockton Community Access TV very easily.
If you got a pulse, there is no reason why you should not be down there.
And you belong to any of these zip codes, you're good.
Right.
How do people know what's on your channels? Because you've got 4 channels, right? I mean, is this something they go to the web and see what's on? Or
Yeah, you can go to our website, and also in between programs, we also put up a bulletin board that says what's coming up next. Right now, we're in the process of upgrading our programming so we can actually put out a schedule on the regular basis ahead of time. However, most of the time, we have shows that have been around for 30 plus years.
Wow.
Okay? We actually have a couple of shows that have produced over 1,000 episodes each.
That's amazing.
Okay. One of our staff members, Leandra, she's she's a very wonderful young woman who works on staff, who's actually my government genius is her title. She was telling me she remembers being, just a little person and watching Arco Iris and Cielo Ernestina back when, she was like 3 or 4, and she would watch with her mom. So those are Cape Verdean based programming that they've been airing since the 80s. They've been producing their shows since the 80s. It's now 2021, soon to be 2022, and it's just amazing to think of programming that's been going on for nearly 40 years.
Exactly. That is unbelievable. Now, your partnerships, okay? We're very lucky to be partnering with you, 24 Hour Power. I know you have a dynamic relationship with Massasoit as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what we're working on with Massasoit is, we do internship programs. I'm working with Massasoit and with the charter school in Brockton. So we can have interns coming in from there. And we're in talks about creating additional programming where we'll go to Massasoit and assist them with equipment, and in exchange they'll be working with us for training. We're developing all kinds of partnerships
That's excellent.
Everywhere. We're entering conversations with Bridgewater State, our educational division. I'm working with the superintendent of schools.
Wow.
We're connecting everywhere. Partnership is what makes Brockton great. Okay.
Absolutely. And 2022 is looking good with you guys.
Yes.
That's for sure. What is the future of, I could talk to you all day, but we're in January now. I want to know 2 things. One, I want to know what can we expect that's coming up at Brockton Community Access TV in the month of January? And it's a 2-part question. Then above and beyond January, what does the future of BCA TV look like?
Okay, well, one of the big things in January, of course, we have our blood drive. We partner with the Red Cross. Every month we have a blood drive. I don't have the date for that in front of me. However, the big thing in January is really developing our additional partnerships and stretching. Right now we've opened our multi-purpose room back about 3-4 months ago. We opened up our multi-purpose room, and we started working with Code Connect, which is another nonprofit in town, where they teach young kids how to code and create computer programming and how to live their best life. We're developing relationships with them. We've started, we're in conversations with the Fuller Museum to work on partnerships with them. We started our art gallery at BCA, where it's open to the public whenever you want to come down and see some local artists. Every month we have an Artist of the Month through 24 Hour Power. We got a great artist named Jessica who did our art on all our windows, and I know that we're going to be working with her in many capacities in the future. We're developing partnerships all over the place. The vision of BCA is we're not just a community TV station. We're not just a community media station. Okay, we're a community media center, and what that means is that we're for the community, by the community, and every day I want 100 people through the building. I want the place happening. I want every aspect of Brockton to know that they have a home that they can go to, that they can be connected to their community, that they can, make TV for sure. For sure. We're all about making TV. However, the bigger part of it is that sense of belonging as a community. We need to stick together. That's the only way we're going to thrive as a community, is if we are working together.
Absolutely. And the City of Champions is an incredible community, and we're so lucky to have you at the helm at Brockton Community Access TV. Honestly, thank you so much for all you do in the community, Carl.
Well, you're welcome, and it's not me. I am fortunate that I get to work in such an amazing community and work with a group of amazing people. The staff at BCA is incredible. I work for a board of directors that saw the vision of bringing the community together. So that's the blessing, and I get to just run with it. So
well, we're glad you're running with it, and we look forward to running with you with it for 2022. Lots of stuff coming up. So, Carl, thank you so much for coming on our show today. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Susie. Thank you.
Okay. And that, my friends, is a wrap. So on behalf of our staff here at Recovery Recreation, we wish you all a very happy, a very healthy new year. And we look forward to seeing you next month. So until next time, don't think you can't have fun sober. You just have to hang out with us more. Peace out.